Gentlemen, I want you to listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you is something most men never hear until it is too late. If you are waking up drained even after a full night's sleep, if your erections are softer or less reliable, if your energy seems to leak away day after day, those are not signs of getting older. They are warning signs. Your body is signaling that something essential is breaking down behind the scenes. And the biggest mistake men over 50 make is assuming these changes are normal or inevitable. They are not. Let me be even more direct with you. When your energy collapses at night, when your recovery system weakens, when your erections lose their strength, it is your body waving a red flag that one simple nutrient is missing. Not testosterone, not some expensive supplement, not a prescription medication. A mineral deficiency that affects nearly every man over 50 in this country, especially those dealing with stress-poor sleep or long-term tension. I am Dr. Olivia Carter, a board-certified urologist here in the United States, and I have spent more than 15 years treating men's vitality, erectile function, and hormone-related fatigue. I have sat across from thousands of men who thought their strength was fading because of age. They believed they were losing their drive, their confidence, and even their masculinity. But what I see over and over again is not aging. It is a breakdown in nighttime recovery, a failure in the very system responsible for restoring testosterone, rebuilding blood vessels inside the penis, calming prostate inflammation, and recharging the mitochondria that create your daily energy. Nighttime is not just sleep. It is the most important repair cycle of your entire life. And if you wake up tired, heavy, unfocused, or weaker in your erections, your repair system is not doing its job. Here is the part that shocks most men. None of these nighttime failures begin with testosterone. They begin with one mineral that controls the calm down switch in your nervous system. Without this mineral, your body stays stuck in alert mode even while you sleep. Your muscles stay tight. Your blood vessels stay constricted. Your testosterone production never reaches its peak, and your erections lose strength because the tissues that support them never fully recover. The mineral I am talking about is magnesium, and almost every man over 50 in the United States is deficient. Not slightly low, deficient. Because our soil is depleted, our diets lack variety, and stress burns through magnesium faster than the body can replace it. If you have been waking up tired, if you feel wired but exhausted at night, if your erections are weaker, if your sleep is broken, if your desire has faded, if your legs cramp, or your mind races before bed, magnesium deficiency is one of the most common explanations. And the part that frustrates me as a urologist is how easily this can be fixed when men know what to take, when to take it, and which mistakes to avoid. Before we go deeper, I want you to drop a comment telling me where you are watching from. Men in their 50s and 60s across the United States often think they are alone in these struggles, but you are not. Thousands of men experience the exact same symptoms because they are missing the same nighttime nutrient. Now stay with me, because things are about to get even clearer. The form of magnesium matters, the timing matters, the dosage matters. And most men take the wrong kind at the wrong time, which is why they never feel real results. In the next part, I will break down exactly how your nighttime recovery system fails, what magnesium does to rebuild your erections and your energy, and the 3 biggest mistakes men over 50 make when trying to fix this deficiency. When a man over 50 tells me he feels worn down, drained, or less powerful than he used to be, I always look at one thing first: the quality of his nighttime recovery. Because here is the truth most men never hear. The problems you notice during the day, your fatigue, weaker erections, fading confidence, slower metabolism, do not start in the daytime at all. They begin at night, silently, long before you ever feel the symptoms. And if your nights are not working in your favor, your days never stand a chance. Let me explain exactly what is supposed to happen while you sleep, because once you understand this, everything you have been feeling will suddenly make sense. During the night, your body is supposed to shift into a deep repair mode. This is when testosterone rises to its peak, when your prostate reduces inflammation, when blood vessels inside the penis expand and fully oxygenate the erectile tissue, and when your brain and mitochondria recharge, so you wake up clear, steady, and strong. These processes are not optional. They are essential for vitality. But here is the problem. Most men over 50 never reach that deep repair mode anymore. They may be in bed for 8 hours, but their body never transitions into the state that restores strength and sexual function. And the number one reason that shift fails is simple. Their nervous system cannot calm down enough to enter recovery. This is where magnesium becomes so critical. Magnesium is the brake pedal for your entire nervous system. It tells your muscles to relax, your blood vessels to open, and your brain to slow its electrical activity so you can drop into real restorative sleep. Without it, your body stays stuck in a subtle state of alert. You can be lying still in bed, eyes closed, but internally your system is still firing as if you are dealing with stress. And when your system stays tense, several things happen. Your testosterone production gets cut short. Your penis does not receive the nighttime oxygenation that keeps erections strong. Your prostate remains slightly inflamed and more sensitive. Your heart rate stays too high. Your sleep becomes shallow and fragmented. You wake up feeling like you barely slept at all. Gentlemen, when you wake up, tired, heavy, irritated, and disconnected from your drive, it is not age, it is chemistry. Let me give you a simple picture. You cannot repair a house at night if the workers never show up. And your body cannot repair itself if the mineral responsible for sending those workers in magnesium never reaches the level your system needs. This is why magnesium deficiency becomes a silent disaster for men over 50. Your muscles stay tight. Your brain stays wired. Your pelvic floor stays tense. Your blood vessels never fully relax. And your prostate never gets the quiet restorative conditions required to reduce inflammation. I see this pattern constantly. A man tells me he is exhausted, losing strength, or struggling with morning erections. He thinks he needs testosterone medication or supplements for libido. But when we test him, the problem is not low testosterone production. It is poor nighttime recovery caused by magnesium depletion. And here is what makes this even more frustrating. Most men do not even realize they are deficient because the symptoms disguise themselves as normal aging. Waking up tired, feeling mentally dull, irritability, cramping, restless legs, light sleep, nighttime urination, reduced desire. These are all classic signs of low magnesium, not just getting older. But once you understand what is happening in the background, you can finally do something about it. And the results can be dramatic when you use the correct form the correct way. So before we go further, let me say this clearly. The solution is not simply buying the first bottle that says magnesium on the label. That is exactly how most men waste money and feel no improvement at all. Because not all forms work for men over 50, and some of them barely absorb into your system. Now that you understand why magnesium is the foundation of nighttime repair, it is time to focus on something even more important, choosing the right form. Because one type can change your sleep and erections within days, and another type does almost nothing, no matter how much you take. In the next section, I will show you the forms that actually penetrate your nervous system, calm your body support, erections, and rebuild your energy from the inside out. Now that you understand why magnesium controls the entire nighttime repair process, we need to address the mistake that prevents most men from ever feeling the benefits. They take the wrong form. This is the single biggest reason magnesium fails for men over 50. Not because their body does not need it, but because the type they choose cannot get into the tissues where it actually works. I want to be clear about something. Magnesium is not one thing. It comes in many different forms, and each behaves differently in your body. The kind you pick determines whether your muscles relax, your sleep deepens, your erections strengthen, and your energy returns, or whether nothing changes at all. Let us start with the form most men buy first and regret later: magnesium oxide. It is cheap, widely available, and almost useless for what men over 50 actually need. Magnesium oxide barely absorbs into the bloodstream. Instead, it passes through your digestive tract and acts as a laxative. That is why so many men tell me they tried magnesium and only ended up with stomach discomfort or diarrhea. The problem is not magnesium. The problem is oxide. If you want real changes in sleep, erections, and nighttime recovery, you need a form that enters the nervous system, penetrates the muscles, and relaxes the blood vessels. The first form that does this exceptionally well is magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate binds to the amino acid glycine, which is naturally calming. This form helps lower nighttime tension, reduce muscle tightness, and guide your brain into deeper restorative sleep. And because it relaxes smooth muscle, it improves blood vessel flexibility. For men over 50, that means better nighttime oxygenation inside the penile tissue, which is essential for maintaining strong erections. When men describe feeling more relaxed, more grounded, and waking up with firmer mornings, this is often the first form responsible. The second form is even more powerful for mental clarity and nighttime calm: magnesium threonate. This one is unique because it crosses the blood-brain barrier. Most magnesium forms cannot do that. Threonate reaches the brain and supports cognitive function, reduces racing thoughts at bedtime, and helps stabilize the nervous system for deeper sleep. Men with nighttime anxiety, mental chatter, or difficulty shutting their mind off see dramatic improvements with this form. And because the brain governs sexual response, threonate indirectly strengthens libido and performance as well. These two forms, glycinate and threonate, are the foundation for men over 50. They are the ones I recommend to my own patients when they need better sleep, stronger erections, calmer nerves, and more stable energy. But even with the right form, many men still sabotage their results with one simple mistake: they take magnesium at the wrong time. Magnesium is calming. That is what makes it so powerful. But if you take it in the morning, you are working against your biology. Instead of energizing you, it relaxes you. Instead of supporting nighttime repair, it blunts the nighttime benefits. And instead of deep sleep, you end up feeling sluggish throughout the day. Your body needs magnesium when it is preparing for rest, when your nervous system is supposed to transition into recovery mode. That is why timing matters as much as the form you choose. The ideal window is 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This is when magnesium signals the body to let go of tension, drop into deep sleep, expand the blood vessels, and allow testosterone and nitric oxide pathways to operate fully. When men follow this timing, their nighttime urination often decreases, their mind quiets faster, and their morning strength begins returning within the first week. But I want you to understand something even more important. Magnesium does not work like caffeine or medication. It is not an instant shock. It works layer by layer. Each night builds on the night before. And over time, your body relearns how to sleep deeply, recover fully, and restore the sexual strength you thought was gone. Many of my patients report subtle improvements within days, falling asleep faster, fewer nighttime interruptions, and a calmness they have not felt in years. After about 1 week, they notice more energy, clearer morning focus, and stronger morning erections. After 2 to 3 weeks, the deeper benefits arrive: steadier vitality, lower stress, improved mood, and a renewed sense of confidence that had been slipping away quietly for years. In the next part, I will show you exactly how to use magnesium correctly, the dose, the routine, the stacking method, and the nighttime habits that amplify its effects, so your body rebuilds strength, energy, and sexual function with surprising speed. At this point, you understand why magnesium matters, which forms actually work, and why timing is critical. But now, we need to turn this into something practical. Something you can start tonight. Because magnesium only becomes powerful when it is used correctly. And the men who experience dramatic improvements in sleep, erections, and energy are the ones who follow a simple structure consistently. Let us begin with dosage. Most men believe more is better, but that is not how the body works. With magnesium, you want to start low and build gradually as your system adjusts. For magnesium glycinate, a good starting point is 200 milligrams about an hour before bed. For magnesium threonate, most research supports around 1 gram of the powder, which delivers the proper amount of threonate for brain and nervous system benefits. These levels are safe for the vast majority of men, but starting low gives your digestive system time to adapt. Next is the routine. Magnesium works best when the rest of your nighttime environment sends the same message to your body. If you take glycinate or threonate, but stay on your phone, keep the lights bright, or keep your mind racing with news and stimulation, you are fighting your biology. Your nervous system is already overloaded during the day. Nighttime needs to be the opposite. Here is the routine I use with patients who want real results. About an hour before bed, dim the lights. Screens off or set to warm mode. Take your magnesium with warm water or herbal tea. Chamomile or lemon balm are excellent because they work synergistically with magnesium to calm the nervous system. Then stretch gently for 5 minutes. Not a workout, just loosening the hips, back and legs. You would be amazed how often pelvic muscle tension contributes to both poor sleep and weak erections. This combination magnesium low light, warm drink light stretching creates a powerful signal for your body to switch into recovery mode. Within days, most men feel the difference. Their mind settles faster. Their sleep deepens. Their nighttime urination decreases. And their erections begin to respond more strongly because the tissues are finally getting the oxygen and relaxation they need at night. Now let us talk about stacking. Magnesium does excellent work on its own, but when paired with certain nutrients, the benefits multiply. The classic combination is magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B6, often called ZMO. Zinc supports testosterone production. B6 helps magnesium absorb and calms the nervous system even further. Together, they create a nighttime hormonal environment that most men over 50 have not experienced in years. Another helpful stack is magnesium, plus a small dose of glycine. Glycine deepens sleep, reduces nighttime anxiety, and helps the body cool down for more restful rest. And a cooled body temperature is one of the strongest biological triggers for deep sleep, which is where testosterone and erectile tissue repair occur. But here is a critical truth many men underestimate. Magnesium is not a quick fix. It is a restoration process. Your body cannot rebuild months or years of poor nighttime recovery in 2 nights, but it can begin shifting within the first week. And with consistency, the results compound. By week 2, most men report steadier energy, clearer thinking, and stronger morning erections. Their mood is calmer, stress feels more manageable, and they no longer wake up feeling like they barely slept. By week 3 or 4, something even more important happens. Their confidence returns. When a man wakes up feeling restored, rested, and strong, he carries himself differently. He makes decisions differently. He engages differently with his partner. And he begins to feel like himself again. Let me share a simple example. One of my patients, a 68-year-old retired engineer, came to me after years of poor sleep and declining erections. He thought testosterone replacement was his only option, but when we looked closely, his symptoms pointed to magnesium deficiency and chronic nighttime tension. I had him take magnesium glycinate each night, dim the lights, stretch for 5 minutes, and cut screens an hour before bed. Within 2 weeks, he reported the best sleep he had experienced in a decade. Within a month, his morning erections were noticeably stronger. Nothing else changed. Just restoring the chemistry his body had been quietly missing. Now that you know how magnesium works, how to take it, and how to build a routine around it, the final step is understanding what this means long-term for your masculinity, your energy, your relationships, and your confidence. In the next part, I will bring everything together, so you understand exactly what changes to expect, how to maintain them, and why it is never too late for your body to regain the strength you thought you had lost. Everything we have discussed so far leads to one simple truth. Your body is not failing you. It is not too old. It is not past its prime. It is not broken beyond repair. What you have been experiencing, tired mornings, weaker erections, fading, desire, restless nights, tension in your muscles, frustration during the day, these are not signs of aging. They are signs of a system that has been running without the raw materials it needs to do its job. And once you give your body those materials, everything begins to change. When magnesium levels are restored, something remarkable happens. Your nights become peaceful again. Your nervous system finally lets go. Your muscles relax instead of clenching. Your pelvic floor softens. Your blood vessels open. And your prostate calms. These small internal shifts, repeated night after night, rebuild the foundation of your masculinity from the inside out. Men are often surprised by how quickly their body responds. The irritability they thought was normal disappears. The mental fog lifts. Morning energy returns. And perhaps the most powerful moment is when they wake up with stronger morning erections and realize their body is not done with them. It just needed the chance to recover the way it was designed to. But I want to tell you something even more important. This is not just about sleep or erections. This is about how a man feels about himself. When you wake up, tired, drained, and discouraged day after day, you start believing that decline is your destiny. You start shrinking your goals, lowering your expectations, avoiding intimacy, and accepting a version of yourself that is far smaller than the man you truly are. I see this all the time. Strong men. Capable men. Men who have survived decades of responsibility suddenly believing that their best days are behind them. But that belief is not biology. It is exhaustion. And exhaustion is reversible. When your sleep deepens, when your nervous system resets, when your testosterone rises naturally, when your erections regain strength, when your energy returns, something shifts inside you. Your confidence comes back. Your willingness to engage with life comes back. Your connection with your partner deepens. Even your outlook on aging changes because you finally feel like yourself again. Let me share one final story. A 72-year-old man came to my clinic convinced he was experiencing irreversible decline. He told me he felt weaker, older, less alive with each year. But when we examined his habits, his issue was not testosterone or prostate disease. It was chronic magnesium deficiency and years of shallow sleep. We corrected his routine, added the proper form of magnesium, adjusted his nighttime environment, and within a month, he told me, "Doctor, I feel like someone turned my power back on." That feeling is not rare. It is the normal response of a human body that finally gets what it needs. And this is why I want every man over 50 watching this to understand one thing. You are not done. You are not declining without hope. Your body still knows how to be strong. how to repair, how to perform, and how to regain vitality. But you must meet it halfway. You must support your nighttime recovery. You must give your nervous system the magnesium it has been missing for years. And you must be consistent. So tonight, make a decision. Take your magnesium at the right time. Create the nighttime routine your body has been begging for. Support your sleep, support your recovery, and support the version of yourself you want to remain for the next 10, 20, or even 30 years. And if this message resonated with you, if it opened your eyes or gave you clarity, please like this video and tell me in the comments where you are watching from. Men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s across the world need to know they are not alone in this journey. And before we close, let me remind you, this video is for educational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Every man's body is unique. If you are experiencing pain, significant changes, or have personal concerns, please consult with your healthcare provider. Your well-being deserves personalized care.